It's no secret, Starbucks isn't my favorite, but there are 10 different drinks that you can get from Starbucks that actually will support your weight loss goals. But there are also a lot that can cause fat storing, and it's really important to watch out for those. So let's dive straight into that first one, and that's Starbucks variety of cold brews. So there's Starbucks Reserve Cold Brew, just the regular Starbucks cold brew, and even their Starbucks cold brew with milk can all be good options. Now those first two options contain 0 grams of carbs. It's literally just coffee. And even the option with milk isn't a bad option unless you're very carbohydrate sensitive. And of course, if you're using intermittent fasting, it would break a fast, but make sure you watch out for their actual iced coffee. Although you would assume you're literally just getting iced coffee, actually comes in at about 20 grams of sugar, which is insane. It will really drive up the storing hormone insulin and really work against your weight loss goals. Now, if you're new here, my name's Autumn. I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's nutrition human performance. On my channel, I teach you the tips and strategies to help you achieve your weight loss and wellness goals. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Okay, the second great option at Starbucks is an Americano. It's literally just water and brewed espresso. So if you're having that as is, that's a great option. But depending on your goals, you can also add in other items as well. Namely, using the heavy cream or half and half are both pretty good options. Both contain 0 grams of sugar and it won't spike your storing hormone insulin. So if you're following intermittent fasting, you're purely focused on keeping insulin low, you could even have this during your fasting period. Now you kind of have to watch out for adding in almond milk or coconut milk, especially the coconut milk appears to have a lot of sugar in it. The almond milk looks like it has a little bit less, but it still does contain added sugar. Okay, the third option at Starbucks is anything that's brewed coffee or espresso. So if you're literally having a shot of espresso or a doppio, which is 2 shots of espresso, or just their plain brewed coffee, these don't contain any carbohydrates or sugar. It's literally just like caffeine and water. Okay, so this fourth item is kind of more of a treat item and it wouldn't really work for the carb sensitive folks, but this is just a regular 8-ounce cappuccino. Now, because a cappuccino is made out of foamed milk, it actually has less milk in it than other types of coffees. So it will have about 6 grams of carbohydrates from milk at an 8-ounce serving, but it won't have any added sugar. And it will break a fast if you are using intermittent fasting. But it's not a bad option if you're looking to switch it up and you want something frothy and it's in your eating window and you're not carb sensitive. Now the fifth is similar to a cappuccino, but with slightly higher amount of milk. And that's an 8-ounce flat white or an 8-ounce latte. So these will have about 8 and 9 grams of carbohydrates from milk. So if you are carb sensitive, this is not one that I would recommend, but if you do on the occasion want a latte or you want a cappuccino and it is during your eating window, as long as you aren't adding in the various vanilla syrups or just syrups in general that can really drive up the sugar content, these aren't bad options either. Okay, the sixth option at Starbucks are their plain hot teas. Now this is where it can get quite tricky because I'm not talking about the latte teas, like a chai latte. Really watch out for that. That has a ton of sugar. I think it's like 30 or 40 grams of sugar per serving. But their chai tea, not chai tea latte, is just brewed tea. So feel free to order that. Their English breakfast, the Mint Majesty, Peach Tranquility. So just the pure tea options, not the latte options, not the London Fog. I think that's what it's called. Just pure tea. All of the rest have a lot of added sweetener, including the matcha latte. Okay, the next category includes other iced coffee drinks from Starbucks. So the Starbucks Reserve Nitro, iced cafe Americano, and iced espresso. All of these ordered as is don't contain any carbohydrates. And depending on your goals, you can also feel free to add in something like heavy cream or half and half. Okay, so the eighth option, we again enter into the iced category, which includes iced flat white and an iced latte with no sweeteners added in. These ones will have more milk sugar. So if you're lactose sensitive, if you're carb sensitive, I would not recommend it. But if it's the weekend, if it's during your eating window and you want more of a latte experience, then having one of these options will be your best bet to keep the sugar content the lowest. For example, a 12-ounce iced flat white will have about 8 grams of carbohydrates from milk. And we're looking for the best possible option because for a lot of people, there is going to be the circumstance where you just want something like a latte. And choosing the iced latte or the cappuccino with 0 sugar added in is your best option. It's about finding those balances between what works for your body, but also what works for your lifestyle. The ninth option includes iced teas. This is where it's very tricky. So the ones that I've vetted, and I went through and checked all of them, literally their entire menu, or at least what's online. I don't know if there's like that secret menu portion where you could get other things, but probably safe to say if it's on the secret menu, probably has a lot of other added sugars. So we have iced black tea, iced green tea, and iced passion tango tea, right? Yeah. All of these are 0 sugar, so they'll be great options. The other ones have added sugar, so make sure if you are choosing an iced tea, you choose from one of those 3 options. Okay, so now we have the 10th, and that's our iced brewed coffee. This is a key distinction. Just remember, the iced coffee, just their regular iced coffee, has 20 grams of added sugar as is. But their iced brewed coffee, which apparently is a little different, doesn't have any of these add-ons. It's literally just coffee over ice, which is great. Now, I personally don't go to Starbucks, but if you want to check out my go-to coffee drink that I use to support my wellness goals, you can check out this video next. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.